Shalom. Eve, you're talking about, you know, the women of Israel. Mainly you're talking about, I'm really talking about mostly the southern kingdom women, the women of Judah, Benjamin and Levi, but also the northern kingdom as well. But primarily right now, the women of Judah that's here in Babylon the Great, the ones that's been raised under the tutorship of Esau Edom. And you see right now, Eve has this haughty, proud spirit about her. This feminism spirit where she don't need a man. And when the day soon come, because you see everything is lining up according to prophecy, all hell is about to break loose. Shit is soon about to hit the fan. And this proud spirit that you see Eve displaying on social media, out in public, to the point that you don't want to be around Eve, You see Eve coming down the aisle, it's almost to your benefit to avoid Eve, because she has the laws in her way. She can easily holler and say that you assaulted her, and they're gonna lock you up off of her word, So you definitely don't want to be in a relationship with most Eve during this time. So Eve, she has that proud spirit, and one thing about our women, she's been pumped up by Esau Edom to the point where she has no fear, She definitely don't have any wisdom according to scripture. And I was watching this video, and it has this constrictor in a glass aquarium. And you know how you feed the serpent, you drop a mouse in there, the mouse in those underwear, he's just walking all around, not a care in the world. He's walking all on top of this big boa constrictor and not realizing that's death that's laying up under him. Well, I look at that, and that's kind of like synonymous to Eve, the way Eve is today. She took the gifts from Esau Edom, she took her Section 8, her welfare, her college grant, college loans that she received, to go to his colleges or schools of indoctrination. And she has this carefree attitude about her, and this pompous attitude about her, with her ass up on her shoulders, where she feel that her men of her nation are beneath her, especially you Jake women, you Judite women. And so she's carefree around this devil, but not realizing the Lord is going to put back in the spirit of this devil, man, as in the time of in the early 1900s, where this devil is going to be, he's going to rain terror on you Israelites, man, and mainly you women, because he convinced you to throw away your hedge of protection. And your hedge of protection is being you Israelite men. He gave you the spirit of feminism that he put on you and told you that you don't need a man. With all that being said, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai, Tawada, Abba, Abba. I give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach this truth, man. And prior to me, listening to Great Millstone, when I was listening to all these other groups, I didn't understand that at the time. I was one of them ones that, was running behind Eve and, caught up in that darkness, man, not realizing the true word of the Lord, man, and the position that we're supposed to be in. So we're going to start off with a precept in Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast in the field, which the Lord God Yahweh had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Yahweh, ye shall eat of every tree of the garden. So this goes all the way back in Genesis, man. And this where Eve felt comfortable enough to sit there. And the serpent is talking about, these other nations, mainly Esau Edom. But she's talking to the serpent reluctantly, just carefree, and being deceived by the devil, man. And that's was the beginning of sin. And that's same with our Eve today, man. She's cut all her hedge of protection away. You know, she's relying on the ways of this devil, thinking that his world and this kingdom is going to last forever, man. This shit is about to come to a screeching halt, and Eve is going to be left holding the bag or either chasing her bag, man. And it's going to be dark days that's coming, man. Hard time is coming. Shit is soon about to hit the fan. Everything is lining up according to prophecy. And so she's comfortable with her counterpart, Esau Edom, man. He uses her almost like an attack dog on you Jakes, man, to keep you Jakes, in submission. And then the children that she raised up under her, these kids, today you see the result of that, man. And you see the result of that in this type of child or these men that's being raised up under Eve. And the only thing they are going to be fit for destruction. Going to go to Job chapter 39, verse 17. Because God hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding. So she doesn't have wisdom, she doesn't have understanding. One thing about a women, they don't sense danger, man. They go through life carefree and just, reluctantly and just think that everything's going to be all right. One thing about men, we have foresight. We can see when this danger is approaching, when things about to get hot, it's time to get the hell out, But you find most time Eve's there trying to be nosy, got her head up, and find time, you have these shootings that go on, and usually Eve is the one that get caught up in the crossfire because she's like that ostrich, man. She's like that bird brain. She's up trying to be nosy, and she end up catching one. You see that often time and time again, man, because she has no awareness or sense of danger. And right now we're in dangerous times, man. We're in deadly serious times, man. War is on the horizon. Talking about World War III, the MOTB, Jacob's trouble, man. All this shit is about to break loose, and Eve is going carefree, thinking that this shit is going to last forever because she doesn't have the foresight to see. And Lord has made it for her to be that way. That's why she's supposed to have a hedge of a protection to guide her. But these women, they feel they don't need the guide. They are the guide, And so they're going to be left out to their own devices, and they're going to be destroyed, man. They're going to feel a sorrowful destruction. And when this shit hit, man, all that pride shit going to be thrown out the window immediately. This shit that you see around where they building up, and they so haughty and shit, but all that shit's going to be thrown out the window just that quick soon as all that shit hit, They're going to be looking for a man. So we're going to go to 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 14. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in transgression. Because a man, we have that sense. We can kind of see through the bullshit, We see through a lot of things, but women, that's why they cater and prey on the women. You see the so-called modern day church with these church house pimps in there, they prey on the women. They know the women, they tell them smooth words, thing that they want to hear. And first thing you know, Eve's coming out the pocketbook, she's paying. So that's why they cater to these women in these churches. That's why you go in most malls, 90% of the malls is catered to the women because the women go out there and spend off of her emotions, not out of necessity. A man is going to think 9 times out of 10 out of necessity, except for these new jakes we have today that really are not men. They think more like women. But a man that's practical, and that's, a manly man, he's going to do things out of necessity, things that's going to make sense. But a woman, she can have a bad day at work, and she can go out here and spend her light money on a pair of shoes that's supposed to be on sale, that they put a sale on it. It's really not a sale. So that's why they cater to and they prey on our women. That's why they give them these gifts of welfare, Section 8, college loans to go to college for 4 to 6 years, where she built up all this debt that she got to pay off for the rest of her life, where she comes with subjection to Esau Edom. Because God hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding. So she's not going to understand these scriptures, man. The Lord put the spirit into the men of Israel that he's supposed to break it down. That's why he's a hedge of protection over the women. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 14. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in transgression. I think I did hit that. Okay. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 5. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. Verse 6. For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of truth. So a lot of these women, that's why they being preyed upon in these church houses, man. They know that Eve like to hear smooth things. They go there for entertainment purposes, not to receive the truth, man. They tell them what they want to hear. They entertain them, and they next thing you know, they got to come out the pocketbook, come out their purse, out of their bag, and pay all these type of tithes and building funds and all these type of things that they come out to pay off the pastor, man. Therefore, they're avoiding truth. They don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to be told that they're supposed to be up under a man. They don't want to be told that certain type of foods they're not supposed to eat. These things these women don't want to hear. So they turn a blind eye and a blind ear to it. Let the pastor come out there and tell them the truth, and they're not going to show up at the church. Or either they're going to vote that pastor out of a church. So therefore, they're going off, man, going off according to Scripture. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 7. For the Egyptians shall help in vain and to no purpose. Therefore have I cried concerning this, their strength is to sit still. Remember I was telling you at the beginning, what inspired me to do this message, man, this lesson was they had might have been an anaconda or no, a python that was in a aquarium, and they was feeding the mouse, the little white mouse. They put him in there, and he's running all around. He's climbing all on top of the serpent. And the serpent is taking his time. He's sitting still. So the mouse has no clue that that's death that's laying up under him. And that's the same way with Eve, man. Because Esau, he moves reluctantly. He's very smooth. He takes his time as a cunning hunter. And everything's kind of set in place before he makes his kill, before he makes his strike. And that's how it's going to be on Eve, man. Eve is going to be a soft target for these devils when all hell break loose, when Jacob's trouble come upon the land. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 6. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So we talking about Jacob's trouble, man. Shit. We talking about the time of Jacob's trouble that we're about to run into. So we have to prepare ourselves for that time, man. But these women, they say they don't need a man, they don't need instructions, and right now they're going to be done away with when all Jacob's trouble turn loose. You see, they bringing all these troops up in through the border now. And that's nothing but a recruiting station, man. They got these guys in these hotels, nothing but a recruiting station. Those going to be those blue hats, those UN troops that are going to turn loose when all hell break loose. And they're going to have no regard for women or child, elderly, anybody. So they coming over here. They have no connection to this place. So they're going to put weapons in their hands, and they're going to be like raining terror throughout the land, man. And a lot of you defenseless women are going to be left there holding the bag, man. Your gold and all your jewelry and all that makeup and shit is going to do you no good in that day. They're going to take you for a spoil, man. They're going to do a lot of sadistic things to a lot of these women out here, man. All on TikTok showing themselves off, looking for attention. They're going to get the attention that they've been seeking for in that day of Jacob's trouble. During that time, they're going to wish they had not, that they couldn't get any attention. Second Ezra, okay. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition amongst men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and curses of their actions shall stand in their power. I'm gonna have to kind of run through this because I'm gonna see my phone is about to go dead, and but actually both my phones are going dead right now. So Lord will, I can get through this lesson. Proverbs chapter 16 verse 18: Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. So you see a lot of these women parading themselves on these social media sites, man, and all they want to do is be in the camera, be all in front of the videos, they just want to be seen, and they showing their pride, man, and it's wicked. You know, women's supposed to be, she's supposed to be humble, she's supposed to be meek, she's supposed to be not wanting to be seen, she's supposed to be covered up. But all that pride that she has, you know, because Esau Edom has built her up, you know, pumped her up. That pride is, that's why the Lord is allowing it to be seen right now, because that pride is coming right before destruction comes. All she's doing is really marking herself, man. Isaiah chapter 3 verse 18: In that day the Lord Yahweh will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their calls and their round tires like the moon, the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments and the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and nose jewels. You know, they got all these type of bull noses and all that type of shit in their nose, all in their lip, ear, eyebrows, and all type of shit. And it's describing these women of the day, man. So you notice these prophecies are right on. The rings and the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparels, the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins. And most of these women, they got these called walk-in closets, so full of clothes, you know, all the way around, you know, just full of clothes and shoes and shit that they're never going to wear. You know, still got the price tags on most of the shit. And, you know, that's just Eve, you know, all the changeable apparels that she has. The mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins, the glasses and the fine linen, and the hoods and the veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be a stink, and instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of a well-set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomacher, girding and sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. A lot of these women, man, once you take that weave off, you smell that shit, it smells like pure hot garbage, man. A lot of them, their inward parts, because they done slept with so many men, their vagina, man, smells like some type of seafood and shit. So they got a bad smell. You see a lot of them losing their hair with that's part of the curses, what they call alopecia. You know, these let you know who we are. We are those people. So I don't have to put a stomacher on, you know, because they done lost their shape, especially in Babylon the Great, man. You look at our women that's over, like in their late 20s, you know, they grossly out of shape, man. They built like a box, man. Like my uncle used to say, they built like a block, you know, like a block engine. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. And her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit on the ground. So she gonna lose that proud spirit that she has, man. And she gonna be crying and wailing on the ground, man. And nobody gonna have pity on her, man. She's gonna be ran through with the sword, man. She's gonna be destroyed. And then those that survived the Jacob's trouble, they're gonna be destroyed with the ICBM nuclear weapons, man. Majority of those are gonna be destroyed. That's gonna be destroyed, along with the heathens, going to be the majority of our women, because our women has been spoiled here in Babylon the Great. Now, I'm not letting off the northern kingdom. You know, a lot of them, they take it on the ways of the Judite women. And that proud feminist don't need a man's spirit will be thrown out the window during that day, man. That shit's going to, immediately it's going to be shut down, man, once all this shit start to break loose. Right now, shit is comfortable. So she can be in that position and, you know, talk all that shit that she talked. Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name and take away our reproach. So they're going to come knocking on your door because they know that you're sustaining, you're still, you know, surviving out here. These women going to come looking for you, man. They want to come and be up under you for that protection. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man that is golden than the golden wedge of Ophir. And Ophir is the top gold there is, man. And not just talking about any type of man, we're talking about an Israelite man, a man of integrity. And we're going to finish off this with Isaiah chapter 4, verse 4. When the Lord shall wash away the filth of the daughters of Zion, and shall have purged the blood of Jerusalem from the midst thereof by the spirit of judgment and by the spirit of burning. That's going to be them ICBM nuclear weapons, man, coming over here destroying this place along with the Lord chariots, man. This place is going to be turned into, as it was in the time of Sodom and Gomorrah, man. It's going to be left as a memorial for how not to be. You know, that proud spirit of the women is going to be part of the landscape, man. All you sodomites and all you wicked pastors and shit out here, you're going to be part of the landscape. The Lord is going to make you a fixture here. And with that being said, man, hopefully this lesson was edifying. Your brother Malakama, all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. We look for the Lord's coming, man. With that, say shalom.